Welcome to DEMOCREPUBLIX, where we cover the real news that matter to we the people. GOP representatives demand release of shocking surveillance memo. According to The Hill, a growing number of Republicans are demanding the release of a classified report that they say reveals political bias at the FBI and Department of Justice in the investigation into possible ties between the Trump campaign and Russia election meddling. Representative Peter King spearheaded the effort this week to allow lawmakers to view a top-secret report compiled by House Intelligence Committee Chairman Devin Nunes. Scores of Republicans have since viewed the document in a sensitive compartmented information facility on Capitol Hill. They left expressing shock, saying the special counsel investigation into whether Trump's campaign officials had improper contact with Russia is based on politically motivated actions at the highest level of law enforcement. House Freedom Caucus Chairman Mark Meadows called the memo shocking. "I'm here to tell all Americans tonight that I'm shocked to read exactly what has taken place," Meadows, Republican, North Carolina, said in a speech on the House floor. "I thought it could never happen in a country that loves freedom and democracy like this country. It is time that we become transparent with all of this, and I'm calling on our leadership to make this available so all Americans can judge for themselves." Meadows and his allies asked GOP leaders in the House to declassify the report as part of a short-term spending bill the House passed late Thursday night. Speaker Paul Ryan, Republican, said he wanted to follow House rules on the matter and defer to Nunes and the Intelligence Committee. Nunes could call for a vote to release the report on his panel. If a majority on the committee agrees to declassify the report, the executive branch would then need to sign off to make it public, said Representative Jim Jordan, Republican, Ohio, another Freedom Caucus member. "It is so alarming that American people have to see this," Jordan said. Speculation about the memo and what it might say exploded on social media Thursday night under the hashtag "Release the Documents." Conservative firebrand Sean Hannity kicked off his Thursday night Fox News show with a message directly to Special Counsel Robert Mueller. "Your witch hunt is now over," Hannity said. "Time to close the doors." Rep. Lee Zeldin, Republican, New York, said the memo contains widespread evidence of FISA abuse. Rep. Ron DeSantis, Republican, Florida, said the report raises serious questions about the upper echelon of the Obama Department of Justice and Comey FBI as it relates to the so-called collusion investigation. In a statement, Republican Adam Schiff, Democrat, the ranking member on the House Intelligence Committee, called the report a profoundly misleading set of talking points drafted by Republican staff attacking the FBI and its handling of the investigation. Rife with factual inaccuracies and referencing highly classified material that most Republican Intelligence Committee members were forced to acknowledge they had never read. "This is meant only to give Republican House members a distorted view of the FBI," Schiff said. "This may help carry White House water, but it's a deep disservice to our law enforcement personnel." I'm gonna stop right here. What is Adam Schiff afraid of releasing? If it's really not that big of a deal, is he saying? What inaccuracies? What are you talking about? What inaccuracies? Won't you release it to the public and let us decide for ourselves? What are you trying to hide, Mr. Schiff? That's my question to you. Back to the article. The sprawling Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, FISA, which governs U.S. spying on foreigners, became politically entangled with the controversy over the federal investigation into President Trump's campaign in Russia in March 2017, when Trump tweeted that former President Obama had ordered surveillance on Trump Tower. And remember when Trump came out and said that, the media went after him, saying he wasn't being wiretapped and blasting Trump and saying he was paranoid and feeding into the conspiracy theories. But come to find out, guess what? FISA court did grant the so-called wiretaps, even though there's not really wires to tap. but they granted permission to spy on him and his people in his campaign. So he's been proven right again against the lying media, the fake news media. Okay, but back to the report. Some Republicans have claimed that the FBI used the so-called Steele dossier as the basis to obtain a politically motivated FISA warrant to spy on Trump during the transition, though former FBI officials said this reflects a misunderstanding of the law. I agree with the Republicans, actually. I believe they did use the fake dossier to get the FISA warrants. They made the whole thing up to get the FISA warrants to spy on them and try to catch him doing something, which I don't think they have anything really, because if they had something, you know, it would have leaked by now. They would have leaked the information, any information they had on Trump. They would have leaked it to the media by now. They don't have anything with him working with Russia whatsoever. They have nothing. Back to the article. One former senior official who worked on national security issues noted that in general, the application for a surveillance warrant involves several layers of authentication of information, suggesting that if any of the information from the dossier were used in the application, it would have been corroborated. Justice Department lawyers often modify orders based on feedback from the court, and they must show probable cause that the target is acting as an agent of a foreign power. Who is this FISA court? Who are the people that they're bringing it to is my question. So, I mean, they say they got all these, what did he call it? They say they have all these layers of authentication, but who's the ones that's doing these authenticating? That's my question. Back to the article. But Republicans are suggesting the classified memo contains airtight evidence that the FBI and Justice Department have conspired to undermine Trump's presidency. The revelations contained in the memo prepared by the House Permanent Selection Committee on Intelligence have a compelling public interest and must be declassified and released as soon as possible, the Republican Steering Committee said in a statement. But lawmakers who have long been claiming that FBI agents and Justice Department officials launched a partisan investigation into Trump said the report vindicated their claims. Republicans have long believed that an opposition research memo funded in part by Hillary Clinton presidential campaign and Democrats, which a former FBI Director James Comey once described as salacious and unverified, was used to secure a warrant in a FISA court to spy on Trump and his campaign and transition officials. I'm gonna stop right there. It wasn't just Hillary Clinton and the Democrats. I believe it was started by a Republican group that didn't want Trump to win nomination at first, but then when they found out, when it came to fruition that he was gonna win the nomination, they backed off. And I think that's when McCain, who's a Republican, of course, got hold of the documents, and he supposedly gave it to the FBI. But I think, and Hillary Clinton, I believe, got involved too and helped fund it after. But I want to just get it straight that Republicans did start the dossier, looking into the dossier and stuff like that. But back to the article. They have also drawn attention to private communications between FBI agent Peter Strzok and Lisa Page, who privately disparaged Trump and other political figures. Strzok has a lead role in investigation. Had a lead role in an investigation of Clinton handling of classified material while Secretary of State, and both were on Mueller's team before getting reassigned. And I talked more about that on the previous video. GOP lawmakers have also raised the alarm on Bruce Orr, senior Justice Department official, who appears to have close ties to the opposition research firm that compiled the anti-Trump dossier. And we're seeing that they're all tied together. It's all you can all see how they all working together to try to take down Trump. Some of the very people we have been talking about will be exposed as the key reason that all Americans need to see the memo, Representative Matt Gaetz, a Republican from Florida, said on the Hannity show. And why don't they just release it? Just release the documents and let the people judge. How about that? I don't think it's gonna happen, but we'll see. Let me know what y'all think. Do you think that do you think that they're gonna release the documents and we're gonna get to read it, or do you think it's something that they're gonna keep classified because they don't want to show how the Department of Justice and the FBI been politicized? Let me know what you think. Oh, and please subscribe because YouTube have a new subscriber protocol where you have to have like 1,000. You got to have 1,000 subscribers. I think I'm halfway there. I'm like 450 something. I need a little over 500 more to become a YouTube partner. So click that subscribe button, and just any feedback, let me know what you think, and I'll check you next time. We live in a really nightmare. We live in a really nightmare.